Good everybody, so Guy here. Today I want us to look at something very important. I want us to look at some beautiful executions that happened since Monday. It's the same thing each and every day. As I always say, guys, if you are coming to your charts and you don't know exactly what you're looking for, that is simply a gamble. You need to know exactly what you're looking for way before you even open your charts. That is to say, you need to have a clear set of rules that actually govern your executions each and every day. If this happens, I'm gonna take it. If this doesn't happen, I'm not gonna take it. That's what you need. Okay, so without any further ado, we're gonna jump into it because this was a very interesting week. And guys, as you already know, this is called the most explosive strategy for indices. Okay, and it works for Nasdaq, US 30, and S&P 500. However, I'm gonna show you something towards the end which is important. Okay guys, we come to our charts a few minutes before the session opens. Preferably for me, I come 10 to 5 minutes before the session opens, and we already know that. Okay, and our session is opening at 9:30 a.m. US time. If you're in South Africa, it's 4:30 p.m. Okay, so you have the entire day to yourself. Okay, and then what do you do when you come to your chart? The first thing you're going to ask yourself, am I in any form of a trend? Okay, if you are in a trend, then you'll use a different strategy. Okay, because trends have their own kind of strategies, and I gave you all that information here. If you look here on page 3, I gave you different kinds of trends. I gave you creeping trends, I gave you explosive trends, and I gave you normal trends. And under creeping trends, you have different kind of creeping trends, and each trend is a different strategy. So in this book, you have a lot of strategies. Okay, you need to know that if you are coming and you find that you are in a trend, you have to take the strategy based on that trend. You have that here. If you are in an explosive trend, you have two different types of explosive trends. You will know how to execute or deal with explosive trends. And again, if you're in a normal trend, you will know how to deal with a normal trend. This is very, very important. Okay, so guys, if you are not in any trend, because some days you won't be in a trend, however, if you are in a trend, if they given a trend, they're gonna give the most easiest executions by far. Okay, the most easiest execution by far. I'll also give you an example of that. Okay, but if you are not in a trend, then you proceed. You want to identify trap volume before the session. And when I talk about trap volume before the session, I mean this. Okay, let me come here. I mean this. Let's look at the NAS yesterday. Okay, let me show you the NAS yesterday. I'll come back. Okay, I've just identified this and it's still on my chart, so that's why I want to show you this. You see, when we are coming somewhere here 5 to 10 minutes before the session opens. That is somewhere here. Okay, somewhere down here. And when I say who is trapped, I mean, like, you can see they send people up, they send people up, they send people up and up, and the session is opening down here. So everybody who went up is at a loss. Who is at a minus? Who is at a minus? Who is at a loss? You can see here everybody who went up is at a loss. Hence I've written here trap volume. This is how I identify my trap volume. I just draw a box here. Okay, why? Because if they're giving me an opportunity into trap volume, they're going to do one of three things. They will send us up into these guys and then reverse on us. In other words, they use the entire day to gather orders over here, because who is buying? Retail guys are buying, inside guys are selling. Buying, selling. So who is at a loss? Retail guys are at a loss here. So mostly if they send you up into trap volume, they are not going to release these guys. Okay, they will reverse on you and you will think you have a good opportunity. When you come back, prices will be up here. Most of the time that won't happen. Okay, that's the first scenario. Sometimes the second scenario is they might lead you up and then come and stop hunt these guys. That is if they see that there's a lot of stops here. Remember, insiders have the other side of the platform where they can see exactly how much is up here. Okay, so if they see that, oh, there's a lot of orders here, they will obviously bring prices up, stop hunt, and then reverse. Okay, and then another scenario, of course, is where they will just come, stop hunt, pull back, and then go up. Okay, and then keep trending. So we know there are three scenarios. We need to be on the safer side, which is highly important. So when I say who's trapped, I simply mean who is at a loss when we are coming to our charts. I hope that is understandable. And to make this more easier, you have this red dotted line. It's a free indicator in my description. Okay, it's called the pre-day closing price. As you can see, pre-day open close line. Okay, they trap above or below here. Why? Because these are indices, and indices are a group of stocks, are a basket of stocks. Stocks open at 9:30, unlike currencies or other commodities. Okay, so we really know that, okay, by the time stocks open, they are mostly going to consolidate, and this is where most people are trying to get in and out and get in and out, and most of the days they are going to just consolidate here. I love it when they consolidate here. That's what they do most of the days, because their trade volume becomes so clear, and that makes the entire job very, very easy for all of us. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our criteria. Okay, so some days you won't be able to identify trade volume, hence I colored it with green. It's okay if you can't identify them, that's okay. Okay, and now what do? You go to the next step. As you can see, these other steps are in red, which simply means you don't go to the next step unless the previous step is fulfilled. In other words, this is a prerequisite for this one, and this is a prerequisite for this one. Okay, so you cannot go to the next one unless the previous one has been fulfilled. Okay, step 2 is what? Wait for the session open. This is 9:30. Okay, if you look over here, you'll see okay, you see I have this gray box. This is where the time starts. This is 4:30 for me as I'm in South Africa. Okay, and if you are new, please hit the subscription button because you don't want to miss these things. Okay, now let's go back. What do? You identify trade volume during the session. How do you know this? You know this by chart patterns, and 90% of my chart patterns are actually triangles. Okay, because you don't know what they are doing. Okay, let's go back to the charts. I want to explain this. You see, prices open, they explode down. At this point here, you don't know what they are doing. Okay, you don't have an opportunity because you don't know what they are doing. Okay, so we need an instance where we now know what they have been busy with, and that gives us our edge. Once we know that they've been trapping, once we can point who is trapped, that's when we will be able to execute and know exactly what to do. Okay, so that is what we are looking for in this case. Okay, so for chart patterns, I gave you a lot of chart pattern, but again, if you do a simple Google search chart patterns, you're gonna see a lot of chart patterns. Okay, there's head and shoulders, there are triangles, there's rectangles, there is half Batmans in either side, half Batmans where they start by going up, or half Batman can come like this. There's a lot of patterns. I gave you a lot of patterns. I think I gave you over 50 patterns. Over 50 patterns. Yes, I gave you over 50 patterns. Okay, on this book, it's in the description if you need it. Okay, and by the way, guys, this is not just this strategy alone. If you look into this book, I've given you two kind of PDFs. This is a different strategy. This one has two different strategy for currencies, specifically for currencies. Okay, and this is the one which has the explosive trend, but still under it, as I'm saying, we have different kind of strategy because each trend here is a different strategy by itself. For instance, if you come and you realize you're in an explosive trend, you will know how to execute that one because I gave you every step. So you have a lot of strategies in this book. It's just that I mostly focus on one because I want you to master one setup. Okay, so that's what I want you to understand. Okay, so what do you do next? Once you get a chart pattern, we need what? We need an evidence candle. That's the big candle that breaks out of the pattern. It has to be the big candle. If it's a triangle, it's the big candle from the last touch down. From the last touchdown, the biggest candle that breaks out. Sometimes they will do something like this, and I love this. I call this all eyes on me. Once I see something like this where they come and touch and they give a mini push to the opposite direction, this push doesn't go all the way down. It's just a mini quick push, and then they give a very beautiful big engulfing candle. Guys, they're gonna do this most of the time. They are consistent when it comes to this, okay, because there's a psychology behind, and the psychology is so strong. Yes, of course, they know people get on evidence candle, but it's only a few people who understand these things, because when they give you a big candle here, most people think they missed the move, and immediately when people start thinking, oh, I missed the move, oh, I missed the move, oh, I missed the move, that's when the real move is starting. Okay, that's when the real move is starting. So if you ever see a big candle and you think like, oh, I missed it, that's how they want you to think, because they don't want most people getting it. Okay, when they're ready to go, they'll always give you a big candle. Okay, so this is the candle we are looking for. If they give a mini push like this, we are taking the biggest candle from here. It's no longer from here. I hope you understand this. Okay, I hope you understand this. I'll show you on the chart as well. So once we get this one, what do we want? We want this thing to happen at a specific time. Okay, we want it to happen at a specific time. What time should it happen at? As I always say, guys, it's all about the time. Okay, this is 20 past, okay, and then this is a 22, okay. Sorry if my voice is low, okay, and this is o'clock. So we want that candle to happen as close as possible to the o'clock mark. That is highly important for us, okay, or as close as possible to the half hour mark, okay. This is 10:02, okay. So I just want to make the times so clear with you. That's why I'm actually drawing them out when you are watching, okay. So we need an execution between these times here, okay, between these times here, 50 to 10 pause. But if it gets as close as possible to the clock, that's what we love, okay. And then again, we will take the execution if that candle happens anywhere in between 20 and 22. But our goal, guys, is to have it as close as possible to this times, the o'clock and the half past. Highly important, highly important. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is highly important. We want it as close as possible to these times, but we are willing to take it from 50 to 10 past or from 20 past to 22, okay. So this is about a lot of factors. A lot of factors come into this thing, okay. There's a lot of factors that are actually contributing to this, okay. So if this candle over here happens at our specified times, that's when we take it, guys. Remember, you're not gonna get this candle 10 times at the perfect time, okay. If you don't have a pattern at the clock or half hour mark, remember, you're only coming at 9:30, okay. You're only gonna be on the charts for 3 hours 30 minutes. If by then you haven't got anything, you close your chart to move on, okay. 3 hours 30 minutes, that's the maximum time we will be spending on our charts, okay. So guys, you're not gonna have this candle maybe 3 times at the perfect time. No, you're not gonna get it, okay. So the last one is to execute, and our maximum stops are 25, okay, 25, and our minimum target is 50, because if you are risking 25 to make 50, this is 1:2, and this is the at least the lowest risk reward rate we are willing to accept. So I hope and believe all these things here are so clear and obvious to all of you. I would have loved to be fast in going through this, but guys, obviously if I go through these things fast, it's not gonna work, okay. It's not gonna work. So guys, I believe we all understand this, okay. So we will be using this this tick box over here to evaluate the opportunities. So now let's go straight to the charts. Okay, first of all, I will start with, of course, I'll go to Monday. I'm going to Monday, okay. By the way, this has been an interesting week by far, okay. You see, some days what will happen is when you come, you'll be in this middle. This is in the middle, right? Why? Because you can see there are people down, okay. There are people down and there are people up, right? So who's trapped? You don't know. This guys down here could be trapped, the guys up here could be trapped, which is why, guys, I put that thing in green. This is why I put it in green, because some days you won't be able to identify that, okay. And that is important. Are we in any form of a trend? You can see, okay, no, we are not in any form of a trend, okay. There's no trend, okay. Guys, if I believe by now you understand those trends, okay, because I've given you a lot of trends, okay, and I'll show you an example in this video that these trends do work. So we are not in any form of a trend. Who's trapped? We don't know, okay. We don't know, okay. We don't know it's trapped because the session is opening in the middle, okay. That's why we come 10 to 5 minutes before. Someone will say, but what don't we analyze an hour before? No, we need to know it's trapped. And if you have analyzed an hour before, you would have seen that the people up are trapped, and that would have been a lie, okay. So at this point here, we know we are coming in the middle, okay. And now what are we looking for? We are looking for a chart pattern, okay, because that's the third criteria, okay. That's the third criteria. What I got was something like this. What I got was something like a triangle, okay. But okay, let's go and fill, but that's gonna just delay us, but it's fine. If you're willing to wait, I will do the work, because some of you don't want to wait, you want quick things, okay. But anyway, anyhow, did we get a pattern? Yes, we got a triangle, right? Triangle. This is how you fill it, but for other examples I'm not going to fill this because it's going to take more time. Is the pattern perfect? For a pattern to be perfect, it needs to have 3 touches down, 3 touches up, as I always say. So we kind of come back and see, do we have 3 touches up and 3 touches down? 1, one over here, two over here, and the third one, if it's a breakout, we count it, right? Yes. And then we got 3 up, but we got 2 down. Is it perfect? Obviously no. What do I recommend? For most people, I recommend skipping it until you have the experience. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'll recommend you skipping it. Okay, if you don't have the experience. But let's say for now, I know most people here don't have the experience. They're still trying to master, and for you to master, to get the clearest pattern is when it has 3 touches down, okay, and 3 touches up. So let's just skip this one for now. Let's go to Tuesday. But if you have experience, you know how to execute that one, because we have spoken about patterns that don't have let me just explain it. Patterns that don't have 3 touches, because sometimes you'll doubt the pattern, but the evidence candle should show up. As you can see, I say the evidence candle must be the biggest candle, but here you have this one as the big candle from here. Okay, this is the biggest candle. So what do you do? And again, this is bigger than this one, so you just let it go. And most of the time, if it retests, that's when it's going to give you an opportunity. Okay, but in this case, let's just leave it, because I don't want to talk about something that's going to confuse you. Okay, so look at this, guys. On Tuesday, same thing happened. We don't know his trap, right? Because there are people up, there are people down. Are we in any form of a trend? Obviously not. Okay, obviously not. We are not in any form of a trend. Okay, and then let's proceed on Tuesday. Okay, and then what happens? We wait for the session to open, which is highlighted by my box here. Okay, and then the session starts. We don't take the first one, right? Yes. And then we are waiting for what? For a pattern. I told you 90% of my patterns are triangles. Oh, I'm saying 90% of my patterns are triangles because I see a triangle happen. Guys, go back to my recent videos. You'll see I've always been saying 90% are triangles, and that's what's going to keep happening. And some people say patterns don't work. Well, then that's for you to decide, because these things happen every day. Okay, these things happen every day. So if you think patterns don't work, that's on you. Okay, so we get a triangle over here. Is it perfect? Let's count. One. Okay, one, they come and touch down. Actually, this is the first one, but it didn't go all the way up, so it's okay. First one up. Second one up. Third one up. You can see, right? Okay, so it does have 3 touches. Okay, it does have 3 touches. And then what does it do? After we get a pattern, what do you want to see? Okay, let's go, guys. I just don't want to spend much time. Okay, we got a triangle. Is it perfect? Yes, it has 3 touches up and 3 touches down, so yes, it's perfect. The pattern time is very important, because if it's above 1 hour, then you know you can target 100 points, okay, for the NAS and the Dow. But if it's for S&P, you can target ×2, because that one is double explosive. Okay, so I'll share something important regarding the S&P in a minute here. Okay, so if you look at this one, let's look at how long did this pattern actually take. Okay, how long did it take? Because if it's beyond an hour, you know what to do. Okay, this is roughly 55 minutes. Okay, it's 55 minutes. Okay, but for me, I targeted 100. Why? Somebody will ask. Because of the volatility. I use 3 methods. I use the volatility, I use this distance here. If it's beyond 100, that's what I'm going to target. Or I use the volatility. I look at the day to see how volatile is the day. You can see it has already gone 200 and something before the session opens, and you need to know that this one moves during the session mostly. So if it goes 200 before the session even opens, that tells you that there's a lot of volatility. So that's why I was able to take 100. And by the way, you don't know who is trapped. Okay, because I know some people think, okay, also trap volume up, but again, when you look at this honestly, you see that it opened in the middle. Okay, it opened in the middle, so we can't tell who is trapped, because we came 10 to 5 minutes before the session, and when we were analyzing, there were people below us and there were people above us, so obviously we don't know who is trapped. Okay, and then now what do we want to see? We want to see, okay, let's go and fill this box here, because I want you to understand. So this was literally less than 1 hour, so I can say you can target 50, but I use the volatility. It might maybe need a lot of experience, but okay, for me, I targeted actually 100. But there's something I'm working on right now. And it's something I've just learned. Okay, we're gonna come to this in a moment. Okay, I'm reading a book, and this author actually recommended actually holding to the close. Okay, this is one of the most experienced guys out there. He has been in the industry for over 50 years. He's one of the best by far. Okay, he's one of the best by far, by far, by far, by far. Okay, so what he recommended was, okay, he gave a lot of information on the book. What this all means to short-term traders is that to catch a winning trade, the most profitable strategy is to hold till the close. In this book, he actually explains a lot about the high, a lot about inside days, a lot about outside days, a lot about the relationship between the close, the high and the low of the day. He explains a lot of these things, okay? But this is the most important thing. What this all means is for people to be more profitable, they need to hold till the close. And I understand this because I've interacted with a lot of people, because there are a lot of people I work with. And one of the main frustration for most of the people are actually sometimes they target 100, they lose one, now they feel frustrated, they lose a second one, now they feel really frustrated, and that happens to every one of us. So I understand that, but I think this will solve the thing, because obviously if you're targeting 50 and then you lose 2, that 50 is gone. Obviously that is it actually pulls you back. So I understand why this is a huge problem. So I am starting to implement this one, which says hold to the close. Okay, this week I took some executions on gold, and I've been able to hold till the close. Okay, and I will show you one where I wasn't able to hold till the close, but I regretted that later. So you can see we keep on reading, we keep on learning, and we have to implement what we learn, because guys, remember, there are people with vast experience, many years of experience, and sometimes they come with good advices. So we have to implement that, and I'll show you this in a moment, okay? Because again, this is highly important, okay? So as we say, now what are we looking for? We are looking for an evidence candle, okay? We are looking for an evidence candle, which is actually the big candle that closes outside, okay? Evidence candle. You see, this thing is so simple, and it will help you sit on your hands, okay? Now we need to know if we have an evidence candle, okay? So we're gonna go back. Do we have a big candle? Okay, I told you this is the last touchdown, but sometimes they do all eyes on me. I love it when they do this mini push, all eyes on me, because this one makes things easier. I call this all eyes on me, and I'm gonna write this down because I want you all to understand this, okay? And the main reason is because sometimes they'll give you like 2 touches, and then the third one will be all eyes on me. What is all eyes on me? All eyes on me is simply something like this. Okay, let me just bring in this this indicator. Okay, it's fine. Okay, all eyes on me is something like, you see, they come and touch the line, and they give this mini last push down. Okay, sorry, this mini last push down. Guys, I'm sharing a lot of things with you in a very short space of time, because most people want short videos, okay? And honestly, there's just a lot you have to learn, okay? There's a lot you have to learn, okay? Hence I always say backtest, because without backtesting, you're not going to be able to understand these things, okay? So this is what I call all eyes on me. There are 2 types of all eyes on me that I've identified. The first all eyes on me is when they do something like this. The second all eyes on me is when they break out, go maybe with a super big candle. I call that all eyes on me because it says, look at me, I'm gonna give you what you are looking for, okay? So sometimes they break out with a very super big candle, and you are unable to take it because our maximum is 25, and that is something I call all eyes on me, because mostly they're gonna retest and give you what you're looking for. The same applies to this mini last push down. It's called all eyes on me. That's what I named it, okay? All eyes on me, because when they give you something like this, they are telling you, we are gonna do something, just keep your eyes on me, okay? Keep your eyes on me. This mini touch is very powerful. When you backtest, go and look at your charts, you're gonna see it most often, okay? It's called all eyes on me. I have named it this thing, okay? Because guys, we keep on improving every day. The person I was yesterday, I'm not today, and the person I am today, I'm not gonna be tomorrow, okay? Why? Because each and every day I'm gonna improve. Each and every day I strive to become better. Each and every day I put in the work so that I become better, okay? We always have to keep on improving on ourselves. That is highly important. Hence I always say, it's either I'm reading or I'm backtesting. Most of the time I keep I keep like working myself every time to be better every day. Okay, that's why sometimes you'll see, oh, I came with other improvements, which is important for you to subscribe, because sometimes you'll miss that. Okay, and when I come with improvements, you're gonna be surprised, where does this come from? Hey, this wasn't there. Hey, it's changing things. No, we are getting better every day. Okay, we are human, we need to get better every day. Okay, as you can see, this is all eyes on me. I just want you to understand this, hence I'm dwelling more on it. Okay, sorry for talking too much, but I want you to understand this because it's highly important. When they give you this mini last push down, and then you see they break out with a super big candle, now we go back to our box. Okay, I'm talking a lot today, guys, because there's a lot of things I want you to understand. I want these things to sink, because they're gonna keep happening over and over and over again. And I know some people will say I talk too much, but guys, this is for the benefit of everybody. Okay, yes, we have an evidence candle. Now this is the decider, guys. What time is the evidence candle? And I just gave you the times at which we are gonna be taking it. If it happens a quarter to, we just let it go. Okay, this is important. Why? Because we need something that we can apply over time, something we can rinse and repeat, something that keeps our time consistent. Okay, because you don't want something that is happening maybe at 8 o'clock, tomorrow it happens at 3 or 4 o'clock. How are you going to time that? How are you going to know what time you have to be where? Okay, that is very, very important. Very, very important. Okay, so now the final decider is to look at the time. 24. Oh, is 24 a good time? We're gonna go back. We said from 20 and 24. Oh, 24 is a very perfect time because it is after 20. Okay, so what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? This qualifies. Okay, and as if it's not enough, they do what? All eyes on me. They retest and do what? And give you another. Look at this. It's not super big, but look, 1, 2, 3. All of these ones have been covered. All of these ones have been immersed in it. It has engulfed all these three. Guys, this is a place to add more. Okay, this is a place to add more. Okay, this is a place to add more. And then I told you I went for 100. Oh, okay, my 100 was hit actually very quick. And actually when I came back late, honestly, I did regret this one. Why? Because where's my 100? Okay, I did regret because yes, 100 was good. Everything allowed 100. But remember, I told you we are human. We need to improve each and every day. Okay. And I just shared with you that I'm busy reading this book. And I read this. I knew this I've started reading this book last week. Okay. So I've been reading this and repeating it, because in this book, he repeated these things more than 30 times. Hold till the close, hold till the close, hold till the close, more than 30 times. Okay. Hold till the close, more than 30 times. So already I was aware of this, but sometimes, guys, for something to sink in, you need to make the mistakes and regret. Okay. Because things sink in well when you regret. Okay. So you see, I was actually supposed to hold till the close. Okay, he advises hold till the close, hold till the close. You see, this was gonna be double. You see, so I have started implementing that, but I'll share everything after I fully tested it. Okay, after I fully tested it. But this one, yes, I did regret a little bit, but it was a super big one. Okay, because there's two positions in one. Okay, so again, when we go to, I think I'm not gonna do all these days, but you can just go and do the other days because it's the same thing. Okay, I'll just do two. I'm gonna go to the S&P and then explain that, because there's something important I have to explain on the S&P. Okay, but look at this. Yesterday trap, guys. Oh yes, I said it, trap, guys, because you see we are coming somewhere here 10 to 5 minutes before, and we know exactly who is trapped. Why? Because you can see they've trapped above the closing price. They're gonna trap below or above the closing price. You already know that. And you can see when we're coming here, no prices are below us. That's when we are coming to the charts and we see. Okay, and then what do? They explode down. At this moment, for me, I don't have anything to do. I just watch and wait. Okay, because sometimes it's important to just watch. Hence I have the checkbox. Okay, if you are unable to be patient, that checkbox, I believe, will help in maintaining patience, because that is also highly important. Okay, it's highly important as well. So let's see, what do we have from here? Oh, okay, it's saying the box is empty. Oh yeah, it's fine, it's empty anyway, so it's okay. You see, this is the most perfect head and shoulder. If you have ever seen head and shoulders, by far this is the perfect one. 150% perfection on this one. 150% perfection. Okay, what are we waiting for? For the evidence. Okay, you know, for a head and shoulder we don't have the last touch, and this is obviously the touch. Okay, but let's look at this. This is the biggest one. You can see it engulfs all these candles. Okay, what time did it happen at? Okay, the time is very important. Okay, it happened at 31. What did we say? We said we want it as close as possible to the half past or to the o'clock. Oh, I say that because it happened. Guys, watch all the videos. It's the same thing that I keep saying each and every day. It's like I'm repeating myself every time I make a video. Okay, it's in a way discouraging because I'm gonna be repeating myself, and I've been repeating myself every day. But in a way, it's encouraging because it's the same thing every day. Okay, it happens 1 minute after this mark. Perfection. There is no perfection than this one. This is super perfection. You see, and then again, guys, they go. If you missed it, all eyes on me. If they give you that retest, that engulfs all these ones, and you can see this one engulf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, this is a second one. Okay, and then it goes. And as I said again, that guy actually advised to hold till the close, and if holding till the close, this is, you see, it's double. But again, of course, for me it was 100. Okay, for me it was 100. It was 100 from here. Okay, yes, it was 100. Wait, it was hit actually late. Where was it hit? It was 100. Yes, it was hit actually late, because you know what I do, I just enter and I close. Okay, I enter, close. Okay, so yeah, this is what happens. But again, I said I'm implementing this, I'm testing it, but I will test it. And then again, guys, as we said, trapped guys, mostly they're gonna send you up, and then they are not gonna release this, guys. So if you have information about trap guys, you know what to do, because you can see they bought people back into trap volume and they never released them. Up to this moment, they haven't released them. Maybe they will release them later, but they haven't released them on this day, and that's what we know. That's the information we have. Okay, so guys, I think this is too long, but again, actually I'm gonna be repeating myself because it's the same thing, okay? Tuesday, same thing, beautiful pattern here, okay? Beautiful pattern. And okay, this one I might just explain, okay? Because again, at this time, you don't know who is trapped. There are people down, okay? You don't know is trapped, okay? And then we have something like an ascending triangles. I told you 90% are triangles. And then you see 1, 1, 2, okay, 2, 3, third one is a breakout. And of course, the first one was not the one because it's not the biggest one, but again, the second one, by the time the second one closed, it gave you what you were looking for. And we know that this one is double volatile, so if on others you're targeting 1, on this one you just target 2. You see, 2 is hit very quick. Actually, 2 was hit in roughly 40 minutes, and that's why I love the S&P more than others, because this one is more, it's times 2 the targets compared to others. And again, if it was holding till the close as advised, it was gonna be 450, close to 5. You see, okay, you see, okay, I'm not just bringing new things. As I said, guys, we improve every day, we read every day, and we strive to become better every day. Okay, and this is the page that I just screenshotted from this book. I love this book a lot. Okay, I love this book. And yeah, this advice is very good, and hence why I'm taking it. I don't take everything, but I take things that I see that are actually beneficial. Okay, because if you can hold this till the close, and this is the reward, actually, you know what this means. This means this thing will take maybe 20 days of bad days off. Okay, it will compensate 20 days of bad it will actually compensate 20 bad days. Okay, it will compensate 20 bad days. Okay, yes, it's not always gonna work like this, like holding to the close every time, but most of the days it will. And when it does, it compensate for maybe 20 to 30 days of bad days. You see what that means. You see, perfect. And then again, the problem here is like these ones are too big. So what you can do is cut the size by half, and since you'll be targeting times 2, it's gonna be the same target. Okay, but the risk obviously might be the same or might actually be low. You just cut your size by half. Okay, if this candle is too big. Okay, because if you're targeting times 2, it's gonna be the same target. And then again, if you're holding to the close, the previous day was 4 something, yesterday was 4 something. Do you see what this means though? Do you see what this means? This means like now it compensate more than 40 bad days. 40 bad days in just 2 days. Okay, but anyway, I'm still gonna test this because I love testing something, and when it has given me enough results, that's when I will bring it to the table. But that's good advice, and I just showed you that where I got it actually. And it's pretty much good advice, guys. It's pretty much, because yes, this one is big, but if you cut the size by half, actually it's gonna compensate for this. Okay, it's gonna compensate for this. Okay, it just makes rational sense that this one is maybe double volatile. So yes, the stops might be big, but cutting it by half will actually be highly rewarding. So guys, I don't want to spend much time talking too much about obvious things, because these things are just a repetition, a repetition, and a repetition, and a repetition, and a repetition. And again, guys, trap guys, okay, let's see again, guys, trap guys, they didn't release them yesterday, and we already knew this information. Okay, so I believe most of the informations we have is there, and I believe all these things are not that hard, because it's the same thing each and every single day. Even today, it's going to be the same thing. If it's not there, it's not there. There's nothing to do. Okay, there's nothing to do. And guys, I gave you everything. Okay, if you want something in printed form, this is what I did. I wrote each and every step, each and every criteria, examples in details. Everything is here. It's a lifetime update. Okay, guys, and as you can see, these ones, I want you to treat them as different strategies, because they are different strategies on themselves. Okay, let me just give you an example. If we go to page 8, you'll see this is an explosive trend. It explodes, and then it takes time, creep, and continues. This one takes more time. Okay, this one must be fast, this one must take more time, and obviously it's gonna come to this point. Okay, and if I'm to show you, these things work for anything. Okay, it works for anything. I showed you this week they gave a beautiful opportunity, which was, you see, they explode to the downside, and then if we come to a 15 or a 5, you will see something interesting. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let me zoom in this. You see, guys, explode very quick, and again, this one is the one I regretted because I took it, but I closed it on the low of, yes, on the low of this day here. Okay, because I know this is where they mostly go, but I regretted this because the advice I had already had it. As I'm saying, this happened on Friday. I already had that advice of actually holding till the close, and I took it somewhere on the first pattern here. Okay, I took it on this pattern over here. Yes, there were news, I know, but this pattern was too perfect to ignore because the news came somewhere here. You see, this was the news candle, but this pattern was super perfect. The evidence was super good, and this is just GJ. Okay, for those who asked these things, if these things work for currencies as well. You see, this was super easy, but I closed it here at the low at roughly 140, which was good. But again, had I taken the advice or stick to the advice which says hold till the close, you see what could have happened. You see, so I'm testing that and implementing it in a way. Okay, because I also took like gold yesterday and the day before yesterday. I got beautiful setups on gold is by far the easiest, and I will later when you have mastered one strategy, I will start sharing the gold one because it's the easiest one. And if I held till the close, obviously I would have been for. Okay, so you see, if you're holding to the close, but what I want to show you now is a super big explosion down, and then this is a creeping, and then you see they break out here and they come to the low, which is the low is this. This is the low they made. They came down before going up, so this is the recent low, and then they came to that low and then exploded down again. So when I was seeing this, I knew what was coming. I knew that the easiest one was on the way. I just knew that the easiest one was on the way. That's what I'm saying. If you have a creeping or whatever trend, it's gonna actually result in the most easiest executions by far. On a 5 minutes, you got the execution very early, and this was a dead giveaway, guys. Dead giveaway. It happens actually here on as well on the J, because obviously they do the same on EJ. Okay, let's go to the 15. If you come here, you will see the same thing happened. They explode. I told you this move must be quick, and then they keep creeping. I told you this one must take time. As you can see, this one took the whole day, but it started the previous day. This move only started here, so this one was the quickest one. Then they creep, and then obviously I showed you this. Oh, but okay, did they make the low before pulling back here? This is the low. They come back to it, and that's where you get your entry. And where was the target? Super clean. So these ones were the easiest ones. That's why sometimes I do take different kind of things, because sometimes they just throw things at you, and are you gonna take it or are you gonna leave it? Obviously you just take it, because it's the easiest one on the day. As you can see, this is the easiest one, and besides they came to the closing price. Okay, and if you look at this one, it also presented a beautiful one back to the closing price. And I told you, if something is building from the closing price, it's my A plus. Okay, so this ones were the easiest one. You see, quick, take time, and then the last pullback, the last low is where your entry is gonna be. Did I show you that? Okay, let's go to this one here, guys. You see, I actually draw it here as well. Okay, you see, I draw it, the last bounce on the low. You see, they make a low, they come back, they go down, and they come back to the low. That's where your entry is. I drew it. That's what I'm saying. If you are in any form of a trend, it's gonna give you the easiest execution. You see, quick, I told you, I explained everything here. Quick. Now this one takes time. This one gets most of the people frustrated, a lot of people, most people trapped, and then they give you a low. They're gonna pull back from that low, go, and the moment they come and bounce on that low, that's where you know your opportunity is. They're gonna make a low, and they go up and they go. You leave them. All eyes on me. You leave them, and then they're gonna come back to that low. The moment they come to that low, yours is just to be patient, and that's where you get your super beautiful entry. Same thing, guys. They make a low, they pull back, they go. You allow them to go. All eyes on me. Okay, and then when they come back, that's where you actually execute, and everything is in here, printed. This thing was written last year. Okay, most of you had it since last year. So you see, these things are there, they're gonna be there, they've always been there. Okay, you have everything. Okay, that's why I keep saying, when you look at this, most of you don't realize that you have different kinds of methods, different kind of strategies under this. Most of you see one, because I don't want mostly to reveal these things, because when you go through these things, that's when you're gonna understand. Okay, that's why I said, if you come and see that you are in a trend, then you know how to deal with it. Why? Because all the information is provided very easy. You have more than 6 these kind of trends. You have more than 2. You have 2 actually, and you have different kind of these trends. So you have a lot of strategies under this alone. And then again, here you have 2 easiest strategies for currencies. Okay, this is the one which is the explosive one, with all the different kind of trends as a standalone strategy. But most of you don't bother going through all of these things or mastering them. Guys, it's not about picking here. It's about mastering one thing, becoming really good at it, and then being able to execute. And lastly, since this video is getting too long, I want to share something very important, because I think this industry is most understood by many people. Some people think like this industry is something you're gonna make it big in one day, in a year. This is gonna take time. Therefore, the patience is needed. Okay, patience is needed. And some people like, oh, they take 2 bad days and they think like it's over. Guys, look at this. This is something I want to share with you. Okay, again, it's from that book. Okay, that's why I tell you, read and backtest. The more you invest in yourself, the better you're gonna become. The person I am today, I'm not gonna be this person next week. Next week, there's a lot of things I'm gonna be knowing. Next week, I'm gonna be far from where I am today. It's always about investing in yourself each day. It doesn't matter, even if it's just reading 2 pages of any book any day. That's highly beneficial, because it slowly builds you. Okay, it's very important to put in the work. It's very important. Okay, So yeah, reading is highly important. Okay, as you can see guys, what I want to bring to your attention is this. You can see now that this person took 285 executions, okay? And out of the 285, I want you to pay close attention to this. This is the best guy by far in the industry. Believe me, best guy by far in this industry, best guy by far, over 50 years of experience. And this is what he wrote in his book, okay? 285 executions. And look at the bad ones, 134. How would you feel? How would you feel? Here it is. How would you feel if you have this? You think like, oh, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. The problem is people look at the reward and forget the risk, okay? That's why I say risk management is the most important thing by far, okay? Risk management is the most important thing by far. And most people are not bad. It's just that the risk management actually portrays them as bad because it gets to their emotions. You see, this is the best guy by far. He has 134 losses. Wow. Okay. And 151, just close to 50. I told you, and I keep saying this, the best people in the world, the best guys by far have roughly 40 to 50 hit rate. 40 to 50 hit rate. This is proof. The best people by far have a 40 to 50 hit rate, right? Yes, this is the most important thing, okay? You see the account size, and then this is how, these are the profits and these are the losses. But at the end of the day, this is what was remaining. This is by far the best. This is by far the best. This is by far the best. This is what you need, okay? You are gonna have this and you are gonna have this. So this shouldn't worry. I think a lot of people misunderstand because of the information that's floating everywhere, Instagram, everywhere. Most people claim they have 90% to 100% hit rate. And it's surprising because most of the guys who have 100% to 90% hit rate are the people on Instagram. Guys, 50 is more than enough. 40 is more than enough. What you need is this. Okay, in the midst of this, because this is always going to be there. This is part of the business. You don't move them. They don't move as you want, okay? You're going to take the best one and take hits. We all take hits. We all take hits. I've been posting a lot of losses on the community, and all of you saw that, okay? We all take this. This is why this industry is not something you're going to become big overnight or in a year. You're going to take some time because you can't omit this. You can't omit this, okay? And if you over risk or over leverage, and you maybe the one you over leverage, over risk is the one you're gonna lose, then you're gonna have a problem, okay? You're gonna be out before you know it, okay? That's why I said the first 6 months to 1 year are for surviving, and then the first 1 to 2 years, that's for becoming consistent, and after that, that's when you can stick on being highly profitable, okay? Okay, as you can see, this guy had maximum consecutive losses, roughly six losses in a row. So guys, you need to know that this is the reality of the business, okay? This is the reality. You need this, but this has to come in the midst of these, okay? You have to have this and subtract this. That's when you're gonna have this. But if you don't want to have this and have this alone, it's gonna be impossible, okay? So this is the reality of the business, and I wish everybody can understand that this business is made up of this and it's made up of this, okay? You're not gonna take 285 and have 270 of these wins. No, it's not gonna happen. Okay, you don't move them. The only thing you can control is your executions, and exits. You can't control what happens when you are in. So guys, allow the business to do what the business does, and allow it to decide and set you apart from the rest of the crowd. It is gonna take time. It's not gonna happen overnight. I just love being realistic, okay? It's gonna happen, but first of all, you need to survive, because before people can even survive, they're already thinking of this high profits. It's impossible, okay? It's impossible. This is an industry which I love because it involves a lot of learning and a lot of improving over time, which is highly important as well. So I wanted you to see this because this is the reality. This is just the reality of how the industry is. Okay, you need these things, and then once you know what is working, once you have mastered everything, once you know through journaling, once you know through backtesting, that's when you can work on improving this. Okay, sticking more on what works. Okay, holding till the close. Okay, these are the things that you can implement to maximize this. Okay, but still having this. Okay, this is highly important. Hence, I'll keep on telling you that the best people in the world have roughly 40 to 50 hit rate. It doesn't matter who it is. Talk about anyone who is well known. They have roughly 40. If they have the biggest one, it's going to be roughly 60. Okay, so that's just the reality. That's just the reality, and I wanted everybody to understand this. And guys, there's a lot of things we talked about here, and I believe it wasn't time wasted. Okay, so guys, I really appreciate you. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you.